So let's start working with images in Bootstrap. I'm going to open the 03-images and I'm going to open my folder here. Open this project in your browser. And you can see that this is the project file. You can see that we have the title images. We have some styling here for the title. We have this image. We have some text and other images. So we can see the classes that Bootstrap provides for images. First, you can see that we have these big images or this big image. And if I inspect the code right here, and I'm gonna make a quick inspect here, I'm gonna make this bigger. You can see that if I inspect the container, you can see that the image is taking more space than the container. And for example, if I make this smaller, I'm gonna resize the window. You can see that the image is not very responsive. And we're gonna fix that in this video. So let's open the 03images.html, and right here you can see that we have Visit London this summer, right here, and this is the image that we have right here. So they have a class called IMG Fluid. So if you already have experience with Bootstrap, this is what used to be the IMG responsive. In the version 4 is called IMG Fluid. So now you can save this and reload. And you can see that the image is inside the container. And if I resize this, you can see that the image now is responsive just by adding this class, IMG Fluid. So now we have the image responsive, and you can see that we have some text and we have these images. And I want to apply some styling right here. First, let's add IMG Fluid for all the images. It's a good idea to use this class to make all the images responsive. So save this and reload, and you can see that nothing is gonna change, but if I make this smaller, you can see that now all the images are responsive for the mobile device. I want to display this image here on the right, and I want this text to fluid around this image. So they have a class called float right, and let's add float right, reload, and now you can see that we have the image and the content is fluid here on the left. But if you continue the website, you can see that this one is not using the float. Well, you can use something like float left and save this and reload, and now you can see that we have the content, then we have some text and the image right here, and the content is floating here on the left, and this image that is floated to the left, the content is floating to the right. So there are other classes that you can apply. You can, for example, add IMG thumbnail, and let's save this and reload, and you can see that it adds this border. And I'm gonna open the style.css. I added this CSS, so you can remove this, reload, and you can see that thanks to the IMG thumbnail, we have this styling. So it has this border, looks like a Polaroid image. So for example, you can use the same for the other image, thumbnail, reload. Now you can see this is the styling that this class gives to this image. So you can see that using float right and float left, float right is floating or aligning the image to the left, to the right, and this one is using the floating to the left. So maybe you want to display an image in the center. Well, you can create a div and use text center, the class that we saw in the previous video. You can add something like this, a div with the class text center, and inside the image that you want to center. So reload, and now you can see that it's working. So we're gonna take a look at some other images, some other classes. So for example, I can add a class here in this image that is called rounded. And it's hard to see because the rounding is really small, but the image has the edges, the corners are rounded. So that's something really cool. Maybe you wanna have that the same design or something like that in one of your websites. you can use that class. So now you can see that this is fully responsive. And at the end, this one looks amazing. So the images in Bootstrap is something really simple. You only use IMG Fluid. If you want to float an image, you use something like this. And if you want to add this decoration, you can use IMG Thumbnail. Remember that if you want to center an image, you have a div in the class text center. And this way you can center an image. So let's continue. In the next video, we're going to take a look at tables. So let's continue working.